Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder. I talk about having post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and panic attacks, depression, narcissism, bipolar, schizophrenia. I talk about all the different types of therapies, CBT, DBT, psychodynamic, psychoanalytical, IFS, and also being sexually abused in my own therapy by 2 psychologists. I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology. So I cannot give you a professional opinion or diagnose you. All I ask in return of you is please be kind in the comments. Be kind to me. Be kind to other people who comment. We don't have to agree on everything, but we do need to show respect and kindness. Please don't be critical or make accusations, against someone. It's just, not going to be tolerated on my channel. Ask yourself, if I say this, am I going to hurt the person? Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button there on the right, because my channel is absolutely 100% free. And if you like what you see, hit that like button there, over there onto the left, so that I know which videos you people enjoy, which ones you don't, so I can concentrate future videos on that. If you subscribe, you'll be notified. The next time a video comes out, they will give you a notification, so you won't miss a beat. Now, today's video, I'm going to talk about why do people stigmatize borderlines? Why do people, include your average person and especially psychologists, stigmatize people who have borderline personality disorder? Okay? Why is that? I think borderlines get a lot of bad rep. Okay? Movies like Fatal Attraction that come out there give the public, give an image that borderline personality disorder is, very dangerous, psychotic. If you watch that movie, I'm not going to go into the details of that, but they portray us as very psychotic, unstable, emotionally volatile, dangerous to ourselves, dangerous to other people. It just paints a very black and negative picture. And not all of people who have borderline personalities fit that kind of frame, okay? But people label us like that, and they're afraid of us, and they stay away from us, including and especially psychologists. I know, because I've been a former patient of 18 years having borderline personality disorder. I was stigmatized. Psychologists kicked me out of therapies because of that, because they were afraid of me. They even admitted they were afraid of me. Your average person might feel like they don't want to really get involved with the borderline or be friends with one. That's why I have no friends, because they feel like they have to walk on eggshells. Have you heard that? Walking on eggshells is a thing that's almost always synonymous with having borderline personality disorder, because us borderlines can't emotionally regulate our feelings, because we have such a deep fear of abandonment, that people are going to leave us, that we're unlovable, we're not accepted, because we have such a past trauma history of being severely abused by our caregivers. That's why, people fear that they have to be very careful what they say, that if they say the wrong thing, you're either like considered a hero 1 minute or a villain the next minute. Like there's no areas of gray. You ever hear of that? It's all black or white. The borderline will consider you their best friend and love you when everything is going great. But if you say one thing out of turn, then you're the villain, you're the enemy. They don't want nothing to do with you. Now, I'm going to try to talk about my own personal experiences here and try to debunk that myth about walking on eggshells, okay? First of all, I'm not denying that it isn't somewhat true, but think about it. You really don't have to walk on eggshells if you're a kind and respectful person to begin with, okay? Why am I married to the same person for 37 years? So I've known my husband since I was 18 years old. 18 years old, okay? All right? I am 59 years old. 59. So I've known my husband for 41 years. 41! Okay, I've had a relationship with my husband. Now, why do I stay in a long-term relationship with him, but nobody else? Because my husband treats me with the utmost kindness and respect. He does not criticize me. It doesn't mean that you can't, you have to agree with everyone. It doesn't mean you have to agree with me. What I'm saying about criticizing someone is, someone saying something very hurtful, and not having any regard for your feelings. I had a 12-year relationship with my best friend Holly, and we went different ways. She got divorced, and she started having an affair with a married man, and she never made any time for me or for our friendship. She had always canceled every plan that we had. That's why that friendship fell apart, okay? But never in the 12 years of friendship with Holly did she ever say anything critical or negative to me. Now, I was getting to be friends with a woman who is a former creator on YouTube, and I always try to praise her and, put her channel up. And she comes on my Facebook page publicly, and I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and says, "You can't sing." Now, I didn't ask her opinion. Do you think I'm a good singer? I didn't ask her anything. All I did was post one of my karaoke videos on there, and she said, "You can't sing." Now, I ended the friendship over that. It was just the beginning of a friendship. It wasn't like we've been friends for years. I don't want you to think that I ended a long-term friendship because she said that one thing. This was the beginning, a budding friendship, okay? It was a beginning. I only met this woman one time, okay? We never talked on the phone. It was the beginning of a friendship. It wasn't like a long-term friendship that I ended because she said I can't sing. Now, even if that was true and the person couldn't sing, even if I can't sing and she's just, I'm just saying the truth. You don't have to open your mouth and pass criticism or judgment if it's not wanted or asked, okay? I didn't ask her opinion, all right? It wasn't wanted. Who is she to, pass criticism and judgment onto me? I don't go onto her channel and say she can't paint, I would never do that. Even if I thought that this person is terrible in what they're doing, I would never voice it, especially publicly on their, Facebook page, publicly saying that. And they're supposed to be your friend. Now, isn't it just common sense to say you should really think about, what you say? I don't think that's walking on eggshells. How come I've had other friends that don't do that? I mean, what is the point of criticizing me, right? Like, I wouldn't look at her and say, you know what, you look fat, because she did look chunky, to be honest. I'm not going to say her name so I can say these things. If I saw her, you know, like in her video, I would never say, you look chunky, you know, because she didn't ask my opinion about her weight. I didn't ask her opinion about my singing, right? So the fact that, you know, she was very judgmental, very critical, you know, I just think that people think that's walking on eggs if I can't voice my opinion. But if someone doesn't ask your opinion, you have no right to give it. It wasn't asked or called for, okay? Now, if I had asked her opinion and she told me, if I had said to her, do you think I can sing? And she said, no, not really. Then I have no one to blame but myself because I asked her, okay? But if someone doesn't ask your opinion, don't give it, especially if it's not helpful, which it isn't. How is that helpful to me? I don't know. And it's going to be hurtful. And I'm still extremely hurt over what she said. Because having borderline personality disorder, I don't let things roll off my shoulders. I remember, you know, years and years of things, hurtful things that people said. But what I'm trying to make my point is that if you just show kindness and respect to someone, I don't think you really have to worry about walking on eggs. Like, I think about what I say to other people, okay? And they're not borderline. And I think about, you know, did the person ask my opinion? Why am I, you know, who am I to judge? Like, who am I to judge who's a good painter or not? Who am I to judge who's chunky or thin or smart or stupid? Who am I to say or judge? I'm not, okay? And they're not either. And if someone isn't asking for an opinion, who am I just to arbitrarily give my opinion on their you know, channel? Especially if it's critical and you know it's going to be hurtful to them. And especially, you know, I just think that's like common sense, all right? Don't you think that's just like common sense? I don't think that's like walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells, you know, just be kind, be considerate, like I say to you on all these videos. That's not walking on eggshells. That's showing respect for someone. Respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. It's respect, you know. It's common, you know, courtesy. It's common, you know, kindness to another human being who's just trying to get along in the world, you know, just trying to, you know, battle severe depression. You don't know what that person is battling, you know. You don't know that person, you know. Why do you have to put someone down? So that to me is not walking on eggshells, all right? Really. I could try to give you an example of walking on eggshells. Like, okay, let's just say it's a cold day in June. It's like unseasonably cold, like maybe it's like 55 out and it's June. In New England, anything can happen. And I come out with a light summer dress on. And my friend says to me, are you going to wear that dress? And I go, why? What's wrong? Are you saying something's wrong with the way I look in this dress? And she goes, no, but that's a sundress. It's like, I know it's like June 1st, but it's like only like 55, 58 out. You're going to be cold in that. But then I get offense at that because she said, are you going to wear that dress today? I get offended, even though she didn't mean anything critical by it. She just meant that I'm going to be very cold going in a sleeveless sundress when it's like 55, 58 degrees out. That's all she meant. But because, you know, I'm so hypercritical and hypervigilant, she figures she can't say anything to me because, you know, that is a case of walking on eggs, okay? right there. That example that I gave you is a case of walking on eggs. That friend, this is just like, a hypothetical situation. This isn't real. That friend said, are you going to wear that dress? Because she meant it's really cold out. You're going to be freezing in that dress. I'm going to wear a sweater out or something, and you're going to wear a sundress, even though it's June. It's a very cold day. She didn't mean anything negative or bad about it, but I interpreted it as bad. And then, I do that with everything that she says, interpret it as negative, even when it isn't negative. That's walking on eggshells. That's walking on eggshells right there. Okay, that's a good example of it. But saying I can't sing, how is that, her walking on eggshells with me? I didn't ask her opinion. How is it helpful to me? It's criticism. It's judgment and criticism. So don't say that you have to walk on eggshells just because you should be kind and respectful to people, okay? I'm not buying it. I don't know why therapists have always had trouble with me. I've never been violent. I never hurt myself. I've never, other borderlines are suicidal, or I'm not putting you down now, okay? I'm just talking about myself. I'm talking about why a therapist afraid of me and want to kick me out and not do therapy with me. I've never hurt myself and never hurt anyone else. It really, we've got to break this stigma, okay? It's not just this mental illness either. It's a lot of mental illnesses. That's why I do this channel, okay? I come on here to break the stigma of mental illness, okay? Borderline personality disorder, we've just been traumatized from our past. All we want is to be accepted and liked. That's it. That's all I want. All I want is to be accepted for myself by other people, be respected. That's very true. Before it wasn't true. Before I let people walk all over me, and I didn't demand respect. Be respected and be liked and accepted. Isn't that what everyone wants? Is that too much to ask for? Just to be accepted, be liked, be understood, and just show respect. Show respect to us. That's all. I don't think that's too much to ask. Do you? Anyway, that's the message I wanted to get across here today, to kind of break that stigma of having borderline personality disorder, that I'm really not telling other people that you have to walk on eggs with me or trying to be too difficult. I'm just saying show some kindness and respect. That's all I want. Kindness and respect. That's it. Okay.